My name's Johnny Chandler, and I'm head of Spectrum and retail business development, which basically is a catalogue marketing sort of area of the company. And my responsibilities are basically to look at ways in which we can put out anything that's more than 2 years old in a way that's appealing to people that are either fans already or people that perhaps want to try out stuff which maybe they didn't check out first time around. I ended up here about 18 months ago. They approached me to join the company, which was very nice. Prior to that, I started out live DJing when I was 18 at university, had a record shop, marketing consultancy, and then about 12 years ago got approached to join a little catalogue marketing company, an independent. It was the last thing I sort of imagined doing at the time, but it made good sense for where I was at in things at that point. To give you an idea of what the job sort of entails, today's quite a good example. This morning I've had a meeting about various things that we've got coming up for the next 12 months, and amongst those are a sort of folk music initiative, because we've got a large chunk of English folk music, whether it's Nick Drake or John Martin or the transatlantic catalogue. We've got piles and piles of it, and it does feel like it's sort of back on the agenda a little bit with protest and so on and so forth. Thin Lizzy, they're reforming for some shows, and it's quite amazing in a way because Phil Lynnott's been dead I think 20 years, but there's loads and loads of interest around them, and we're sort of planning various things with their back catalogue. Also been talking about a Tears for Fears campaign, probably for June or July, and a Trojan reggae initiative involving a box set featuring lots of previously unreleased material. We've been digging in the crates and finding old tapes that have never been played since there were things we've actually recorded. We've also got a large number of hits, so the idea is basically to sort of serve those up in a way that's sort of exciting. And we've actually been doing some vinyl 7-inches in recent months, which have been going down very well. And it's quite funny, the sort of circular nature of things, because there was a period in my life where my dad came home one evening and said, "Oh son, the future of music is the CD," to which I kind of screwed my face up. Anyway, that's happened. CD sort of going like that, possibly. Digital downloads are on the up, and vinyl's back in the arena, so it constantly changes and evolves. Which in turn makes my job really very challenging when you couple it particularly with, 1 minute folk music, 1 minute rock, next minute reggae, and pop. It's quite diverse, and it's nice. It keeps you on your toes, I suppose. For me, one of the best bits about it is being able to sort of go home at the end of the day and think, job well done in terms of an artist's sort of legacy. Quite often you're dealing with people that have passed on. Quite often people that perhaps have slipped under the critical radar, and depending on how well you can do something, that can quite often lead to a reappraisal of that person's work. And for me personally, as a music fan, that's kind of what I get off on. I've recently been looking into Ronnie Lane, who was the bass player with the Faces, and prior to that the Small Faces, which is how I got into him. And he did a couple of solo albums for Island Records, and just being able to go back, have a look at the tapes, get a sense of what the recordings were like and what was happening, and look through the old business files, the contracts, all the kind of letters from managers to agents and lawyers and so on and so forth. All of that's really lovely to be able to do that, and then to actually at the end of it all go to market effectively with a piece of product that you're really proud of, and say to people, right, do you fancy checking this out? I hope you do, and feel like you've done a good job is really satisfying for me. I'm like a kid in a sweet shop actually, because there's so much good stuff out here.